It is blatantly obvious to me that lawmakers are willing to sacrifice your safety and your security to save Mr. Bond. But I'm sorry, he can't be saved. He needs to be in jail for a long, long time so he doesn't kill again.
The Carroll County Sheriff takes aim at lawmakers and DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi for allegedly allowing a violent teen to slip through the cracks.
Today, officials announced the arrest of 19-year-old Darius Bond in connection with a hit-and-run that killed 55-year-old Terry Crowl last year. The sheriff says he holds Schiraldi responsible for Crowl's death.
He's no longer a political liability for the governor. He's a public safety risk for the governor.
Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell was there when leaders announced the indictment against the teen and joins us live from Carroll County with the sheriff's response. Alexa?
Hi, Mary. We also heard from the family of this victim. Collectively, they believe their loved one's death could have been prevented. It's been 6 months since 55-year-old Terry Crowl was killed in a hit-and-run crash in Taneytown. Here today, his family.
He was a son, a husband, a father.
Good afternoon.
Alongside the sheriff of Carroll County, who believes Crowl's blood is on the hands of lawmakers and DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi.
Bond is half of the problem in our system. The other half of the problem is any delegate or senator that passed legislation to make it difficult to hold individuals like Mr. Bond accountable for their criminal activity. The governor for signing legislation that makes us all less safer. The DJS secretary for doing such a poor job with violent juvenile offenders. And any judge that thought this individual should be released from jail to accumulate more victims. You are all indirectly responsible for Mr. Crowl's death.
Alongside Carroll County State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker, Sheriff James DeWees announced the indictment of 19-year-old Darius Bond. They say Bond was behind the wheel of the vehicle that struck Crowl's motorcycle head-on, killing him back in August. DeWees says Bond's vehicle had been reported stolen from a dealership in Baltimore City just weeks prior, and that they believe Bond stole a van after the hit-and-run crash and fled back to Baltimore.
Extensive interviews, forensic analysis, and DNA recovered from the scene. Darius Deontay Bond was identified as the driver of the vehicle that struck and killed Terry Crowl.
The sheriff added at the time of Bond's indictment, he was already in custody in Frederick County for unrelated crimes and had also recently been released from a Baltimore City jail for a gun possession charge. In those court documents, it specifies Bond was a juvenile delinquent. The sheriff voicing his frustration we've heard from many other members of law enforcement and prosecutors when it comes to DJS and its handling of offenders.
Darius Bond didn't just show up at the age of 18 years. I know he didn't because I know his track record. He didn't just show up at the age of 18 years old and 6 months and start running around with handguns, being involved in organized crime, stealing cars, killing people.
In your opinion, is it time for local jurisdictions to take control when it comes to consequences for juveniles?
The state's just got to get better at what they're doing and stop coddling people and really recognize the issue and talk to the experts about it. The numbers that Mr. Schiraldi gives are, it's voodoo. He's just making stuff up. It's a shame. But he's just simply doing a poor job, and the governor needs to change leadership there.
Bond waived his bond hearing and remains in custody. He's due back in court in April. Reporting live in Carroll County, Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.